लॉल। एक सेकंड। तो यो हेलो हेलो वेलकम बैक टू न्यू जीजी लाइव स्ट्रीम। तो यो वेलकम बैक टू न्यू जीजी लाइव स्ट्रीम ऑफ जेंशिन इम्पैक्ट ग्राइंड फॉर कोलंबिना। यप। हम लोग अरे यार नेट चल दिया वो। अरे स्ट्रीमिंग के टाइम पे मेरे नेट को सब करना रहता है लिटरली, मैं देख लिया हूँ। चलो कोई ना, वेट अ सेकंड में करता हूँ। चलो अब ठीक है, अब ठीक है, कोई ना, नॉट बैड। चलो ठीक है, वेलकम बैक। वापस इंट्रो कर देता हूँ एंड देन हम लोग वापस आ गए हमारे जेंशिन लाइव स्ट्रीम में ग्राइंड फॉर कोलंबिना। ओह क्या साउंड निकाली। यो नाइस। मैं ये कलेक्ट कर लेता हूँ, ये कलेक्ट कर लेता हूँ। चलो ठीक है, मैं देख लेता हूँ मेरे पास करंटली पुल कितने हैं एंड कितने बाकी है। तो मेरे पास ये तो नहीं, छोड़ो ये नहीं, ये मेरे पास नहीं बचे ना, तो मैं ले ही नहीं पाऊंगा। बचे ये भी नहीं है, तो मेरे पास अभी 5 है और मैं 60 पीटी पर। नाइस। अरे हम लोग मिशंस कर रहे थे ना। ओ भाई ये क्या है, तो बहुत मजेदार चीज मिल गई। अरे कुछ तो रिवॉर्ड्स भी मिल रहे थे ना, मैं भूल गया, रुको। हाँ ये वाला रीयूनियन रिवॉर्ड। नाइस। अच्छा है, दे तो रहो, मैं बहुत टाइम के बाद आया ना। जस्ट किडिंग। वैसे मैं एक्चुअली में बहुत टाइम के बाद आया हूँ, मैं बस 70 पुल तक तो नहीं आया, 68 तक आ गए। तो मेरे हिसाब से मैं थोड़ा ना मिशंस कर लेता हूँ। एक सेकंड, यहाँ पे मैं कुछ दिखा रहा हूँ कि ये रहा। ओ या वाई नॉट ब्लास्ट चॉइस। अच्छा मेरे को वो भी करने का था ना, स्पायरोबिस। मीन स्पायरोबिस से मैं कर लिया था, 11 से किया था मैंने, 12 का हार्ड वर्क किया ही नहीं। मगर अभी कौन करेगा, छोड़। एंड मैंने यहाँ तक कर लिया था। मेरे को इमेजिन थ्रेड करना था, पर मैंने किया ही नहीं, करने का मेरे पास वो भी नहीं है अभी हिम्मत। मतलब क्योंकि मेरे को कॉली को अपग्रेड करना था ना, तो मेरे पास अभी अभी बहुत कच-कच है वो, इसलिए मैंने छोड़ दिया। मतलब पहले कॉली को 60 पे डाल के करते। प्रीसेट टीम यूज़ करो, यहाँ एक ये यहाँ पे ये कर लो। यहाँ पे मैं ये यूज़ कर सकता हूँ बाय द वे, न्यू विलेट फ्रीज एंड आई लाइक दैट टीम। और यहाँ पे मैं चियोरी डाल दूंगा। यो योकसो हितोशी व सोल सोसाइटी। यार तुम लोग का मेरा स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रहा था, स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रहा मेरा। अरे व्हाट द हेक। अरे व्हाट द हेक यार, स्क्रीन ही नहीं दिख रहा है। रुको। बे व्हाट द हेक यार, सीरियसली परेशान। अरे यार मैं जब ट्रायल में खेल रहा था तो दिख रहा था। अच्छा चलो कोई ना, माय बैड माय बैड। चलो ठीक है, हम लोग चालू करते हैं वापस। अरे यार सीरियसली जब स्ट्रीम करने जाऊंगा ना तभी सब प्रॉब्लम आएगा। नेट इश्यू आएगा, कंप्यूटर मतलब लैपटॉप को इश्यू आएगा, ये आएगा वो आएगा अननेसेसरी। अभी डिस्प्ले मेरे को दिखा रहा है पर स्ट्रीम में नहीं दिखा रहा था, पता नहीं क्या सिस्टम है। चलो माय बैड। माय लक बैड बाय द वे। मेरे को अल्ट करने का वैसे तो इंटरेस्ट था नहीं, पर मैंने कर दिया। इसलिए मेरे को बहुत सारा आ गया एंड बहुत सारा आना बाकी है। मतलब पुल्स की बात कर रहा हूँ। अरे है, चार्ज करके करना था। अरे नाइस, नॉट अ बिग डील बाय द वे। अरे देखो शील्ड मिल गया। अरे एक साल अल्ट हटा देता ना। अरे नल्ले ने अल्ट हटा दिया मेरा, जाहिल। ये ले दारू पी। जस्ट किडिंग। सो वो मैं कोलंबिना ग्राइंड के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा वो कर रहा हूँ अभी। मैं 12 फ्लोर नहीं करूँगा अभी, मेरा वो नहीं है। हाँ चल ठीक है। नाइस। मैं ऐसी नाविया कुछ भी मार रहा हूँ, उसका रोटेशन ऐसा नहीं है, ठीक है? तुम ऐसा मत समझो मेरे को आ नहीं रहा है। वैसे भी वैसे भी 10th फ्लोर है ना, कैसा भी मारो मेरा कैरेक्टर स्ट्रांग इनफ है फॉर दैट। कोई ना, नॉट अ बिग डील बाय द वे। सिटलाली ऐसा बोलती है ना। अरे नल्ला। अरे फ्रीज नहीं किया, चलो कोई ना। यो यो कसो 11 करके फिर थोड़ा मिशंस कर लेंगे, होप सो। हम्म। हाँ गलत मान लिया। अरे इसका अल्टी नहीं है, छोड़। आ गया। नाइस। अरे बस 99। हमने रोटेशन ही पूरा गलत रखा। मैं इस चीज़ को खिला रहा हूँ बस। प्रॉपर रोटेशन में खिलाऊंगा ना तो लाइक 150 का तक डैमेज देती है मेरी वाली। मेरी टॉप 4 या टॉप 5 है ना नाम या। यप 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 यप। वेट अ सेकेंड। चलो ठीक है। अरे पानी वानी पीना चालू कर दिया नल्ला। अरे ऐसा नहीं। चलो कोई ना, गलती से शूट हो गया वो। ओ हो। इलेक्ट्रो डैमेज। अरे ये टीम खिला सकता है फोन, रुको। एक काम करो, इसको इरेज कर दो एंड देन टीम सेटअप। मेरे को मेरी रेडियन वाली खिलानी, प्लीज 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 प्लीज। हम्म। ये आर्को टीम तो मैं भी खिलाता हूँ, ये वाली जो न्यूविलेट। अरे पूरी ना, आई एम सो सॉरी। ये लोग जो न्यूविलेट की टीम खिला रहे हैं ना, आर्कॉन वाली कहाँ गई? आर्कॉन है देखो। अरे मतलब ये टीम सेटअप तो मैंने ही किया है, ठीक है? ये मत समझो कि ये कुछ तो बना रहा है। मतलब इन लोग मेरे को बना कर दे रहे, ओके? ये टीम है मेरी, मैंने ही बनाया है। बस वहाँ पे बता रहा हूँ कि ये लोग मेरे को ये भी खेलने दे रहे हैं। वाह, मेरे को लगा सिर्फ जो रिकमेंडेड है वही खेलने देते हैं, पर ये लोग सब टीम का मेरे को प्रीसेट दे रहे, जो जो मैंने बना के रखी है ना। मुझे पहले ऐसे लगता था जो नीडेड है वैसी है। चलो कोई ना। अरे सॉरी नहीं, आई एम सो सॉरी, आपका अल्ट मैंने वेस्ट कर दिया, स्किल वेस्ट कर दिया। लॉल स्पोर्ट्स। अरे नल्ला। अरे मर भी गया। अच्छा 11th फ्लोर है ना माय बैड। चलो कोई ना। तो अभी हम लाले चीनो से मारते हैं बुली चीनो। अरे मतलब ये अभी खत्म ही होने का है ना, इसलिए मैंने ऐसे अरे 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 आराम से ब्रदर आराम से। एक्चुअली मेरे को तब शिंचो का स्किल यूज़ कर लेना चाहिए था, मैंने ना तब बर्बाद कर दिया। चलो कोई ना, मैं रीसेट कर दूंगा अगर ये खराब हो गया ना। वैसे 11th फ्लोर है यार, इतना कुछ वो नहीं है। लॉल। अरे इसको मार। अच्छा ये सब लुनार वाले हैं ना, ओके। अरे इधर इधर मार इधर मार। चलो कोई ना, वैसे उसका हेल्थ फुल ही था ना। अरे अच्छा ठीक है। लॉल। नाइस। फैसिनेटिंग। वेट। नॉर्मल 4 डैमेज ऑब्वियसली। दोनों को चाहिए नॉर्मल मतलब। ओके ओके कोई ना, चलो ठीक है। वेट। हाँ। अरे फोड़ी ना। अरे मैंने पहले वाला वेस्ट कर दिया, चलो कोई ना। लॉल। ओके, नाइस। क्योंकि मेरी आर्लिशी ने अभी भी और स्ट्रॉन्ग करनी है क्योंकि इसका इतना, चलो कोई ना, अभी नहीं देख सकते ना। अरे इधर ये था क्या, मैं तो देखा भी नहीं। वेपराइज रिएक्शन ही होगा ना। अगर मैं सिटलाली को लाता तो फ्रीज रिएक्शन हो सकता था, मेरे को इधर अभी सिटलाली डालना चाहिए था। नाइस। बाद में खेलेंगे, छोड़ो। फ्लोर टाउनर टाउनर बोल रहा हूँ, फ्लोर ट्वेल्व के लिए बहुत मगजमारी करना पड़ता है। मैंने कंप्लीट किया है बहुत बार, पर मेरा बोलते हैं ना, कभी मैं कभी तक 36 स्टार अभी तक मिला नहीं है। ये अचीवमेंट जो रहता है ना 36 स्टार का, वो अभी तक अपने को अचीव नहीं हुआ। अरे द हैक, मैं भूल गया इसका रेजिन भी भर गया ना। हाँ। नाइस। बस ये बहुत सारे ना लॉन्ग टर्म इनकाउंटर पॉइंट, क्या बोलते हैं लॉन्ग टर्म, हाँ इनकाउंटर, एनकाउंटर, एनकाउंटर होता है। मैं थोड़ा किसी को जोक मारा था, बस छोड़ो। एंड ऐसे यहाँ पे मेरा ये गया क्लेम डेली बोनस, यप श्योर व्हाई नॉट, ये तो बहुत अच्छी चीज़ होती है। एंड मैं F3 दबाऊँ तो यप, वन मोर 10 पुल्स, या बिस्मिल्लाह। 70 बोल हो जाएंगे ना। कौन मिल गई, फिशल मिल गई, नाइस, नॉट बैड। मेरे को वैसे भी फिशल का कॉन्स्टलेशन चाहिए ही था, पर मेरी फिशल अपग्रेड नहीं है। ओह वाह, फैसिनेटिंग, C4 हो गई। तो एसेंड हो सकती है क्या? अच्छा एसेंड भी नहीं हो सकती। F3 जाता तो मेरा 60 बोलता, अभी मैंने 10 मारा, कितना हो गया, 70 हो गया, ठीक है 70। ये मार देता, मेरा इंटरेस्ट नहीं है इसमें। रेपुटेशन रिवॉर्ड, अरे व्हाई नॉट, फिर कभी क्लेम करेंगे, अभी नहीं। पहले सारे वो कर लेते हैं ना, फिर करेंगे क्लेम, है ना। मतलब वो जो रहता है ना, अभी क्या है, रुको मैं मैप खोलता हूँ, ये रेपुटेशन क्वेस्ट, हच, अरे वो माइक, क्या है वो नल्ला, मिका है ना उसका नाम, मिका सिंह, माइक है कि मिका है, मैं भूल गया उसका नाम। वो है वो माइक नल्ला। कौन है? हाँ, माइक, मिका। हाउ वाट टू ब्रिंग यू हियर, नल्ला। काम धंधा नहीं है क्या रे तेरे को? जा काम धंधा किया कर थोड़ा, पैसा वैसा कमाया कर। यो हेलो प्लीज से हाय प्रीमो नोबी गेमिंग, अरे सॉरी मैं देखा नहीं। हेलो 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 ब्रदर, हेलो हेलो, यप, द नाइट फॉर, यप, या द ग्रैंड मास्टर सेंड यू अ लेटर। अच्छा मेरे को ग्रैंड मास्टर पे क्लिक करना था। अरे बकवास बात है। अरे वो क्या, इन लोग को कलेक्ट करेंगे ना तो क्या प्रीमोजेंस मिलता है ना, वो बहुत सारी डायरी में रहता है, कितना तो कलेक्ट करेंगे तो कितना तो प्रीमोजेंस मिलता है। इसलिए मेरा इंटरेस्ट नहीं है इन लोग की चिट चैट करने में। क्या देख रहा है रे? नीचे मत देख, क्या देख रहा है? नल्ला, नल्ला है रे तू। तो हम लोग अभी करेंटली नॉट क्राई का क्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं ना, मेरा बहुत सारे क्वेस्ट हो गए and बहुत सारे क्वेस्ट बाकी है लिटरली। एटलीस्ट एनेडॉट, हाँ एनेडॉट रिकॉर्ड्स, एनेडॉट रिकॉर्ड है ना, ले लो। और एनेडॉट रिकॉर्ड स्टोर कहाँ होते हैं? मेरे को अगर चेक करना रहेगा मेरे एनेडॉट्स कितने तो। इधर आएंगे क्या तुम लोग एनाडॉट्स के बच्चे? एनाडॉट्स, आई विश। एनाडॉट कहाँ रहते हैं मेरे को भी नहीं पता लिटरली बोले तो। हाँ ठीक है छोड़ो, जब मेरे पास रिवॉर्ड आएगा तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो कर देगा ना मेरे को, तो नॉट अ बिग डील बाय द वे। चलो ठीक है, ठीक है ना? यप। तो मुलानी मविका, अरे वहाँ पे टेलीपोर्टर है, हमें भी क्या कर रहा हूँ, व्हाट द हैक। चलो कोई ना, नॉट अ बिग डील। मविको एफ, तुम लोग बातचीत करते रहो अपनी ज़िंदगी पर, और क्या। हाय हाय हाय।
Might, if Rerir has already formulated some countermeasure.
ओह
For
माय
example,
बैड,
he might have spread a
डेस्कटॉप ऑडियो
rumor
ही नहीं
that
आ
the
रहा था।
wild hunt
आई एम
would
सो
take
सॉरी,
your
आई एम सो
form.
सॉरी।
Possibility, high. If they view the cannon as Nasha Town's only hope, they are likely to conclude that anyone who tries to stop it must be with the Wild Hunt. It will face strong resistance, but they're just ordinary people. Brute force must be avoided, if possible.
There's no time. Let's go into the town. I'll find some way to calm the townspeople. You find a way to stop the cannon. Oh, you're back. And you have a letter? The Traveler won't make it back in time. So they're heading straight over to Star Sand Shoal instead.
Wait, what? Isn't that the cannon's target? Why would he go there?
Assessing risk level. Maximum.
So if we can't prevent the cannon from being fired...
Then he's prepared for the worst.
And we must ensure that his trust in us is not misplaced. Let's go.
ओके लॉल। एक्चुअली में बात पहले भी हो चुकी है, पर मैंने बीच में बंद कर दिया था। अरे जम नहीं मार रही है यार। कोई ना, तो जाइए कैसे इधर से। कोई ना, हम ना
Most of those we've met
most of
so
those
far
we
have
went
been
with
attempting to escape, so they
bastard.
haven't gotten in our way. But it won't be so easy from here on out. Looks like they formed groups to protect the cannon. If they believe that we're with the Wild Hunt, we'll have no choice but to force our way through.
Is that Lady Lama? But are you really her?
It's you, Rixa. I believe you recognize this power, having lived on Hisi Island for so long. It is not something that anyone else could imitate.
I do, yes. So it really is you, my lady. But why are you here? Really, I believe you, but the others, well, they'll be on high alert.
The townspeople have been misled into believing that they needed to activate the cannon. I am here to stop them.
But...
I know what you wish to say. Our island and Nasha Town have never had close ties. There should be no reason for me to intervene. But you chose to leave the island. You had the resolve and the courage to start a new life. It is unfair, unjust, that you should be dragged into this mess just as that life was about to begin. I seek to redress this injustice, not only for you, but for everyone here who wishes to live their lives free from this chaos. Please, have faith in our long-standing friendship, and that this is where my heart has led me.
Thank you, my lady. Thank you. Please help us.
Then come. I need you to step forward alongside me, and to do your part too.
चलो ठीक है।
All right, I
हाँ,
understand.
जो भी बात कर इन लोगों को करने दो, इन लोग की मर्जी है, not a big deal।
Seems we chose the right person for the job.
चील को वे पता नहीं
Alright,
क्या क्या
everyone.
आ जाता है।
Let us meet again later.
Huh?
Nice।
You're not coming with us?
We won't be able to calm this storm by our power alone. As such, I'll need to contact some... let's call them friends in high places, shall we? Let's go, Yehoda.
Okay. See you again, everyone. That is, if we can.
Remember these words. The road shall be paved with truth, and we shall pave it ourselves.
चलो ठीक है, अभी आगे जाने। अरे अरे क्या हो गया? It lady moon center it her क्या?
At times like these, we must rely on ourselves. I always knew something was off about you.
अरे चल फास्ट फास्ट चल, इतना स्लो चल रही है भाई, ये क्या नल्ली है भाई, हट। मतलब ये कैरेक्टर नल्ली नहीं है, लोग जो कट सीन करने का बोल रहे हो कितना नल्ला हुआ, मेरे को इतना स्लो स्लो। नॉट अ बिग डील भाई। उसके बाद जाना बच्ची के पास।
Lady Moonchanter, there's a child here!
It's all right now. Go, quickly.
Okay. Continue.
You wretched
You
monsters!
wretched monster, you're not getting anywhere near the cannon.
The monsters you
Monster,
fear
if you do not exist
here.
here, the madness
The
you have
madness
fallen
you
has
have
to be
fallen to
source
has
of the
been a
untold
source of
disaster. Oh my
untold
god.
disasters.
You think we had a choice?
Destiny is no excuse for greed and destruction. The choice
Law,
has
Ma.
always been yours to
Duty.
make, and it remains so
Duty,
even
Law, Ma.
now.
Thank you for bringing us here. We can quickly overcome the barrier by going upward from over there.
The cannon is all yours now.
Got it. Thanks, Lauma. Enougha, give her a crumbcake.
Orders received and immediately deferred. Departure takes priority.
Please, everyone, listen to me. I will not deny that we hold different beliefs, but in the face of the immense threat that hangs above us all, we must persist in trusting one another. Otherwise, rifts will surely form, prized open by those who harbor ulterior motives. If your fear is born of helplessness, if you flee because you know not how to fight, then follow me, you who are lost. I am no god, but so long as we hold our candles steady and unite beneath the same moonlight, no deception or rumors can be concealed from us. Let us resolve then to defend ourselves and to stand firm against the false illusions by which our foe seeks to beguile us.
Oh, nice.
Let's go, Enougha. This way up.
इधर जाना है क्या? ई
This is making me dizzier than I expected.
तू कैसे जा रही है?
Adjusting route. Make ready.
ये अच्छी हील्स को कैसे पकड़ी हो देखो, थोड़ा हंसी आ रहा है।
Out of the way, small fry.
वो नाइस।
What happened to the path?
Track missing. Fall imminent.
Come on, come on, come on.
Come
Get out
on,
of there.
come on, come on.
Whoa, nice.
अरे इन लोग के बीच में बंगस कर रहे हैं। तो बात
Preparing barrier breakthrough.
इस
Brace for impact.
पहुंच गए। क्रैश लैंडिंग करेंगे ये लोग। इसका नहीं है ना? नहीं।
Knuckle Duckle, what are you doing here?
अब इसे फाइट करना पड़ेगा।
Look, the rainbow.
फिर इसका हेल्थ वापस आ गया। वहाँ पे तो डैमेज खाली थी ना उसने ऊपर।
You earned it. Rush attack.
तो पता नहीं है रोनी का रोटेशन में बस नहीं है ना, मैंने सीखा भी नहीं है। दोनों का अल्ट स्किल क्या करता है इसकी नॉलेज नहीं। ये तो ये अनिफा सब डीपीएस।
Ultimatum protocol. Interference detected. Entering countermeasure mode. Defensive mode engaged.
मुझे पता है ये सब डीपीएस नहीं और डीपीएस के बारे में तो पढ़ा है।
Easy peasy. What made you think I couldn't take on one of my own designs, huh?
ओह मर गया अल्लाह।
This isn't
The
good
heck?
enough. We gotta hurry.
Scanning. Kuvaki ammunition fully loaded. Preheating complete. The cannon is going through its final pre-fire checks.
Oh, all right. Let's hit the emergency brake.
Assessment. Not enough time. Emergency brake will cause internal explosion of stored Kuvaki. Damage assessment. Incalculable. Nasha Town likely to be blasted skyward.
No! I mean a manual brake, the primitive kind.
A manual brake. Understood. Roger that. We are out of time.
All your efforts have been futile. It is too late now.
Perhaps you're right. Why aren't you running?
Sigi sato passa sax, niti ipotuftos. I necritus necrus baptusi, que omnes tu zonos pentusi. Os esticos palatini pirantur misuricum, topir tua ition veratum.
जी जान लगा रही है।
Well, that's not good.
Sluggish. Torpid. This body is a disappointment. I can barely muster 10% of my original strength. You've ruined everything again.
Let me guess. You didn't get a human body back, did you?
What's with him?
Pitifully, Granddaughter. Flinders.
Watch out! Whatever rationality he still had when he was searching for his body is gone. All that's left is the calamity you see before you. A monster fueled by nothing but his own obsession.
Matters not. Having a heart. Being human. It's all irrelevant. Completely and utterly insignificant. You matter not. Does anything in this world. None of it matters to me! Fools. Time to die! You too have the potential to be driven mad by knowledge. But the truths you seek are so insipid, how laughable that you should die for their sake.
You're wrong. The unknown is but a fog to be dispersed. Knowledge is the true pillar of the world. You're not the only one who got stronger. Polonia! No, wait! This isn't over! We're safe?
It seems this young lady aided in our escape. You have my sincere gratitude, dear madam. The flowers here bloom in such peaceful silence. I imagine you would not have invited anyone here were it not an emergency. Oh? I take it that means you've been here before then. In that case, I count myself fortunate to be your associate.
Columbina! What did you do that for? I studied his abilities inside out, equipped Polonia with comprehensive countermeasures. We were going to settle the score!
But he still broke through, did he not?
What? You expect a battle to be completely one-sided? I just didn't expect him to have no sense of honor whatsoever. Polonia would have been fine in a head-on clash, but battles just get chaotic.
Oh, so you actually thought you could win. Have you been taking care of yourself lately? Your calculations seem to have deviated quite seriously.
Perhaps you could try sleeping and rising earlier. Or you could adopt my previous recommendation and... Hey, listen here, Columbina! I tolerated your nonsense previously because we were colleagues. There's a F2P warrant out on your head, and don't you forget that. Don't make me fight you right here and now. Oh, I was just a little concerned about you, that's all. Just like that time when you weren't making any progress with your research. So you went and cooped yourself up all alone. That was none of your business! And don't you ever drag me out to one of your freaky hovels again! Come on, Polonia! We're leaving! Well, anyway, thank you. I was worried about you, too. Not only because the remains of the Eternal Moon Goddess cannot fall into his hands, but also because you've done much for me yourselves. And then well, I brought your associate along for the ride, too. But that was as much as I could do.
You're not afraid to speak your mind, miss. I like that. Please call me Flintz. It is my honor to make the acquaintance of one such as yourself.
Still, what do we do now? Rurer's gotten stronger again. At this point, it doesn't seem like we can beat him.
We did block most of the Kuvaki, so I'd say we've put a lid on his plans for now at least. But we still don't know what his aims are, and he may continue gathering power. So we must be very careful.
After you left, I could no longer sense his presence. That means it's safe out there for now, right?
A question, if I may, kind Miss Columbina. When the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy streak toward Hisi Island, only to be blocked. Did you also have a hand in that?
No.
I see. Curious.
Oh yeah! The cannon veered off course in the end, didn't it? Paimon wonders how Aino and the others are doing. Let's head back and check on them.
In that case, Miss Columbina, I shall not disturb your serenity any longer. Thank you once again for coming to the rescue.
Go now, all of you. Do not worry. turning. It seems my time is running out.
Oh, how many forging commissions do I still have to finish? Let's see. 1, 2... not so many as I thought. I'll get to them tomorrow.
वेस्ट लॉन एक सेकंड हाँ अच्छा चल ठीक है ओहो मेरे बहुत दूर जाना है मैं सोचा जैसे जाऊंगा पर एक्चुअली में दूर है इधर जाना पड़ेगा टेलीपोर्टर मेरे को पहले लगा ज़्यादा दूर नहीं है भाई एक्चुअली 1500 किलोमीटर दूर है किलोमीटर मीटर नॉट kilometer, it's meter.
Carving waves.
Yep.
Fortunately, we were able to minimize the harm. Only a few townspeople were hurt. But the Reikir of Solnari has now gained a complete form, while we still know nothing about his goals.
It seems we have done something akin to releasing a vicious cuckoosaur into the wild. I'm sorry. Is no one here familiar with cuckoosaurs?
Paimon knows what you mean, but that analogy seems more than slightly understated.
He said that this world means nothing to him, so it is possible that he doesn't have a reason to fight us at the moment. If his objective had been revenge alone, we would likely have no recourse.
Is there, still time for me to tender my resignation? Just kidding, just kidding. Don't worry, boss, I know there's no running now. So my cannon, my pride and joy was a hindrance rather than a help. You know what? I'm gonna dismantle it right now. That's right! And it still works on normal wild hunt anomalies. Don't let this get you down, I know.
Flints, we'll need you to attend to the aftermath with the Lightkeepers. Don't worry, I've explained everything to them. You're in the clear.
My thanks. For that and for everything else I hear you did to help us arrive at the truth.
Had you been willing to show yourself in public more often, you would not have been so easy to isolate, you know.
Point taken. I will give that some thought. I suppose that's one way I'd benefit from replacing Sergeant Major Sosi.
You mean, you're being promoted? Was Paimon the only one who didn't get that?
Well, if you've got a moment, would you like to come with me? There's a certain gentleman I'd like to send off on his final journey.
चलो ठीक है नाइस
This man was like a lighthouse. Here he lived as if it were a mere matter of course, and brought light and grace to those around him. But people, once used to illumination, are apt to ignore the lantern's presence. Slowly, gradually, he came to think as such himself. I have achieved too little. I must do better. There is more work to be done. Perhaps his end was tragic. But I remain proud of the way in which he illuminated the path for others. Every shadow born of the light shall remember it.
Oh, poor guy.
I've heard that one too. Is that so? Well, you're right. It may seem that our efforts were in vain, that Rerir achieved his goals, but we will pursue him to the last, even if the outcome is not what we wish for. It is not dissimilar to the role of a graveyard keeper. We do not seek to bring the dead back to life, only to grant them peace.
Oh, what are you two talking about? Care to explain? Okay.
Either way, the Lantern Fae is not playing the leading role in these final rites. Lightbearer, with your blood you have paved the road to glory and justice. Even as we hurry on, bruised and battered though we may be, stay a while and look back upon the world and all its love and hatred, until it closes its eyes in the depths of night and a lantern lit for you alone flickers softly into life. Thank you for everything, Sergeant Major Sosi.
Nice. Leave this place. Why not?
Let's ride! Need a surfboard? Hey, it's the Wanatar! Should we go after her? Or do you have someone else you'd like to meet?
Try and stop me!
Lost. ओए बाइक पे बैठिएगा ओए उड़ती हुई चीज लॉल अब हम छोड़ देते तो क्या पता क्या सिस्टम हम लोग मिस कर देते मेरे में तो बहुत ज़्यादा वो रहता है क्यूरियोसिटी कि क्या कब क्या हो सकता है 3 यप 2 ये नाइस अगर मैं देखूँ इधर तो कितना 20 हो गया 25 30 35 40 45 50 55 60 हो गए अभी 10 फूल मारा लोग ने गिना नहीं अभी तक वेट आज 14 नहीं है 17 है ठीक है तो लोग ने आज का गिना नहीं है नाइस फैसिनेटिंग
Columbina!
अरे हम आपके लिए
What are
इतना
you
ग्राइंड
doing
कर रहे हैं, आप क्या
here?
कर रही है?
Hmm? Was it not you who recommended such walkabouts to me? Yeah, but aren't you afraid the Fatui will see you? Zandrone seems uninterested in my capture, and the others are unlikely to risk making contact at all. They have more troublesome affairs to deal with. Well, it's good to come out for a walk either way. So, how do you feel? Is Nasha Town to your liking? The flow of Kuvaki is somewhat turbulent, and the people are ill at ease. However? Is this where you purchased the dishes you treated me to? Are you serious? That's what she's concerned about? Berries and fried meat? Well, we can take you to grab a bite if you'd like to. There's all sorts of delicious stuff out here that you won't get to try at home. You've been quite subdued. Thorny questions on your mind, perhaps? I could not gain any insight into his schemes, I fear. Now that he has donned a shape and form, selling his power short would prove a fatal error. But that power of his plays host to an obsession that borders on mania. I cannot say if that fixation is directed at the moons or at something else. Perhaps understanding the subject of his fixation shall prove key to repelling him in the future. Well, Zandrone's daily routine is highly irregular, while the doctor often orders people around. As for Arlecchino... Was that not what you were curious about? Well then, have you been to that experimental design bureau of theirs? That weapon will play a key role in the Tsaritsa's plan. That's what I've heard, anyway. And what plan is that precisely? Well, I cannot say I care. I could look into the Eternal Moon's marrow for you if you wish it so. But after our previous attempt, I suspect your spaceship has been intentionally hidden away. Perhaps someone has certain truths they wish to hide from you, or from others. And I doubt there are many who could accomplish such a feat. Well, Zandrone's daily routine is highly irregular, while the doctor often orders people around. As for Arlecchino... Was that not what you were curious about? Well then, have you been to that experimental design bureau of theirs? That weapon will play a key role in the Tsaritsa's plan. That's what I've heard, anyway. And what plan is that precisely? Well, I cannot say I care. I still wish to return to the moon that belongs to me. That is where the answers lie buried. That is my true home.
Interesting. You followed me this far. Why not show your face?
Haha! Right, right. Right you are. I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Varka, Knight of Boreas,
Varka?
and Grand
Oh my God.
Master of the Knights of Favonius.
चमकता. I'm very interested to see वर्क. वैसे मैं देख चुका हूँ पतला जैसे उसका बॉडी दिखा है वैसे मेरे को मैच नहीं किया एक्चुअल में वर्क का, लिटरली बोली तो।
Hey, not a bad haul.
ये कौन सा गॉड है? लो ये भी क्वेस्ट कर लेते, कोई इशू नहीं है मुझे। हर क्वेस्ट करेंगे अपन, बड़ा बिग डील।
Rev the engines!
लॉल। अरे लोग अलग नहीं कितने लोग हैं। Wait a second. Oh, अरे ये क्या है? मेरे को ये नहीं करना, नॉट इंटरेस्टेड। ये हिडन इन द शैडो। रुको, फोकस मोड, यस यस। वाओ फैसिनेटिंग। एम कहाँ गया? वेट अंडर 2 डे। ओके, चल 2 दिन रुकने का है। नाइस। वेट अ सेकंड। वेट अ सेकंड, ये रहा। टेलीपोर्ट। नाइस।
It's been a few days since we said bye to the others in Nasha Town. Still no news about Rarer, though. Where could he have slunk off to? If only he was gone for good. But with all the trouble he stirred up before, there's no way we've seen the last of him.
Hello! You must be the traveler in Paimon? Mr. Flynn's has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the quarry. He thinks it's time to regroup and figure out a plan.
The wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. We better get over there, right away! Come on, let's go!
Okay, nice. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, not a big deal.
Carving blade!
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk.
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's his endgame here?
Ah, everyone's here already. Hey, we made it. So, what's going on?
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rarir to strike again. But it's like he just vanished into thin air. No one has seen him nor found any trace of his presence. That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the crystalline itself is physically intact, but the Kuvaki it contained is all but completely diminished.
And we're sure that Rarir did this. Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reikir of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain. The consequences could be catastrophic.
Traveler, do you remember when we encountered Rarir just after regaining his body? There wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing but madness and rage.
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Then he started raving about how nothing in this world mattered to him. Oh, Paimon gets chills just thinking about it.
Oh.
But the thought that he's still out there, lurking somewhere in Notcry, waiting for his chance to strike? Oh, even chillier.
Last
Wait a
time we fought, we
second,
were
मैं
already
कुछ
at a
करो एक
disadvantage.
second, हाँ? छोड़.
If
कोई
he
ना,
has
not a
such
big deal.
overwhelming strength, why would he suddenly go into hiding?
Yeah, if I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows. Unless something went wrong. His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly go smoothly.
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their tracks so perfectly?
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own.
That actually sounds about right. He was ranting away to himself the whole time, like he had zero interest in talking to us.
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses, and we'd still be in the dark. Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past, or what he might be hoping to achieve.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the Rahir of Solnari before all this. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still wouldn't find more than, like, 3 useful facts about him.
So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. But if we want to investigate him, we have no idea where to look. Last time we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us, and we still barely held our ground. If we had to face him alone... Oh, Paimon's head hurts just thinking about it. What are we supposed to do against a threat this big?
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say it's likely he'll target other places rich in Kuvaki. Somewhere like the Eye of Krati, or the Pillar of Embla. One thing's for sure. If we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuvaki, we really won't stand a chance against him.
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis.
However,
it is worth noting that these two locations are quite far apart.
I think so.
To investigate them both, we'll need to split up.
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rarir's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not fighting us directly. Once we're done, let's regroup on Hisi Island.
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki-rich ore, was it not?
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his. I should head back and start evacuating the pilgrims.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But I guess we don't have much choice, right? We're in a race against time here.
And if we do run into Rarir, what then?
That's when you follow the 3rd rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind.
Didn't you say the 3rd rule was go with the flow?
I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever. In this situation, go with the flow means go find backup.
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rarir, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible. We need to put safety first.
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Anetha, let's go.
Okay. चलो कोई ना, नॉट अ बिग डील। अब अभी भी पुल्स नहीं है मेरे पास। वेट अ सेकंड, ये एक भी कंसीडर करो, ये 3। अरे बहुत चाहिए यार, दिमाग मजाक से। चलो मूवी को बाजू में जाना, मैं फिर भी अच्छा उड़ान भर रहा हूँ। वाह फैसिनेटिंग। लॉल।
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Ugh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like this.
So, you guys didn't find anything either?
Not loving the word either. How about you, Flints?
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already gone. Almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that, or he's just extremely cautious and doesn't stay in one place for long.
He's been biding his time for a while now. The question is, where or what is his next target?
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my possession. If he did still want it, he's had plenty of chances to take it.
All we can do now is hope that I know and Anefa turn up some leads. Darn it, Rereer. If you've got the guts, come face me one-on-one! Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it, I swear!
No, it's coming from Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick! Why is he attacking the damsel elect? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now, you shall plunge into darkness. Thalindus, soon, I will find a way.
Watch out!
barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
हेलो, क्या नाम है आपका? मेगाट्रॉन. हेलो. Oh, fighting us.
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a question. When me and Anetha showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about?
We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out by the time we arrived.
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly, we had no choice but to step in.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions refer to as the Moon Goddess?
Wait, she's the Moon Goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you and seeks to take it for his own. The list goes on. But right now, devising a counter-strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to 100%.
A counter-strategy? We don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can sneak out of Nodcry undetected. No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda, this is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out.
Running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised, but what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still.
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no need for you to risk your necks on my behalf. A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Lama? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential, and this is not my home, so you needn't ask me to stay.
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style.
Yeah, we can't just call it quits after everything we've been through together. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another.
River's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scion so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them, as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now. Very well then. I'll do as you say.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the Moon Goddess?
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away. Now, it has almost run dry.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength. The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other 2. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kuvaki from the eternal moon's marrow. But this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the...
It's the Wild Hunt!
Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party, which means Rerir won't be far behind.
अरे ये ब्लास्ट तो स्लो है क्या बे?
Let's get the heck out of here.
चलो कोई ना, not a big deal by the way. अरे ऊपर से लैग मार रहा है इतना. No.
Observe. Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark?
Oh, they just keep coming. This is driving me nuts.
Rerir closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
ऐसे भी इतना कुछ खास नहीं लोकेशन का ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. अरे सॉरी इसका डबल
Preparing for dust up.
Flash attack!
With one heart, think back.
Observe. Beware the creatures of the night. Be silent. Night falls. Close your eyes. Fear the dark.
Insulation chamber deployed. Annihilation mode.
Forest, protect us for the everlasting falls.
Be silent. The night comes. Close your eyes. Night falls. Observe. Fear the dark.
Look, the rainbow!
Leave this place. Find the trust mine of all.
Cleanup sequence initiated. Preparing for dust up.
Be silent. Beware the creatures of the night.
Oh my god. ये कौन है? वर्खा? डोटोरे? वर्खा. ओहो हो वर्खा आ गया. वर्खा नाइस.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Hold up! Who are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir? Whoa! You're Varka? Grandmaster of the
फिल्म में जब मैंने पहली बार वर्खा को सुना था ना मुझे लगा था कि एकदम बॉडी बिल्डर टाइप कैपिटानो जैसा दिखेगा. कैपिटानो नॉट कैपिटानो. कैपिटानो जैसा दिखता होगा पर ये नहीं वो पतला है.
That's the one.
लुक थोड़ा
Come
सा
on, move.
मेरे
There's no time to
इमेजिनेशन
waste.
से मैच नहीं हुआ पर चलो ठीक है. नो टाइम टू वेस्ट.
Wow! Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nodcry, and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network. AKA the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in Nodcry, but they've got contacts in every nation. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, Working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet, so naturally, it's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now, but I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming. You look way younger than Paimon expected, but you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsfartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You mean you fought him before?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt. The rest, you already know.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nodcry? Why has the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a F2P harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt activity in Nodcry is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. Oh, that's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt, and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course.
A new variable? You mean us?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rerir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That said, while I was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint's added caught my attention.
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuvaki blast. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nodcryan Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh. No. Still doesn't ring a bell.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsfarnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rarir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rarir in his current state, let alone with his power still growing.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting?
The iridescent moon. The last piece in the puzzle.
That's right. If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things. Perhaps they hold further secrets beyond our understanding.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the Iridescent Moon's marrow?
I know a way, but we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
The Experimental Design Bureau? Are you saying we need to involve Marionette?
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rarir's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his Wild Hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Raker of Solnari. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still know very little about him. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nodcry has a clue, and she has info coming out of her ears.
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines.
Ah! She hurt me!
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Details. Miss Sneffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rarier. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Notcry. We can't do this without the Curatorium, but I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Neffer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network? And isn't it supposed to be super hidden?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course I know where the meeting place is.
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh? Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck.
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get involved? What could possibly be in it for me?
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work for free.
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always been polar opposites in this regard, so I can't exactly say I didn't see this coming. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission. Sound fair?
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rarier. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by now. I'd be gone for good, boss. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her. Please? I'm begging you.
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well. Yehoda, I will help. But just this once. Don't count on this happening again. Flins, that fragment that Rarier was after, do you still have it on you?
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you actually have some leads?
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you, so we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. I'm in for this part.
Count me in.
Come off it, you! I'm way ahead of you here. And Neffa did a scan of the moon once they're ready.
I like it.
No biggie.
All right then. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others.
Lol.
Dismissed.
Wait a second. Okay. I see. Wait a second. Nice.
Lady Damselette. Wait. And you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki We've been doing our best to mind our own business.
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Sandra.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted out of consideration?
Let them
But...
Are you going to make...
No.
Sandrone seems to...
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear,
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What? Huh? You mean...
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nodcry?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the rooster and Regrator. The only...
Rebrier is hunting me. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino,
What the heck? मैंने आज ध्यान दिया इसकी पीठ के पीछे तो चाबी लगी है.
who won't stop
First
asking
time
where
I
you've
saw that.
gone.
Interesting.
They've been a real joy.
I bet
Pile,
you
pile.
served...
Who cared first, Rosaline? Now
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time.
Lost box.
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my... Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we have Febronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me.
Pass along a message for me.
Excuse me? Who sat back when you were under the
But that protection, I just got tired. It brings back memories from the old days. When I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing. I get why you left, but if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real. you to leave? That might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer, huh? See for yourselves.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? Huh. You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry about me? Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for war. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in the weapons system. Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick. Or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the second floor. It'll take you right to the plains out back. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party.
I know. But thank you anyway, Sandrone.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is rubbing off on you. Come on then, Mr. Right here. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top.
ये राइट में कौन मार रहा है? राइट लेफ्ट में कौन मार रहा है? मुझे वही भी बताओ। Too much TP.
Good work, Bosco 1. Bosco 2, prepare to fire!
एमओ अनलिमिटेड है लोग के पास। जो एक बार बताओ लोग एमओ अनलिमिटेड है। ओह सी ये क्या स्नाइपर है?
That's it. Keep them pinned down. Don't let them get near.
हाँ ये स्नाइपर है, देखो दूर से एक एक करके गोली मार रहा है। The heck? मुझे कोई मार रहा है, क्या बताऊँ मैं समझ नहीं। Wait a second, nice. ओह इधर तो बहुत तबाही मची हुई है लिटरली Machine server damage.
Finally, the Ranger himself.
On his way to
Huh? Where'd he go?
जो डैमेज हो गई हर वे को नाइस really a fascinating thing by the way okay
Polonia, get him!
get him पुलोनिया इसका नाम पुलोनिया है वीडियो में जिसका नाम वापस सुना
Polonia, get him!
right
I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter and uploaded every last scrap.
yep
So let's finish this once and for
She's not here.
Hmm.
Where did she go?
Hey, over here, you big!
Cursed moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
Yep. What? Fascinating. ओ भाई
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past?
Oh, I see.
It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
Good deduction.
Yep.
But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frost Moon Scions.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
Yes, Sumero se fascinating.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all set. When do we begin?
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've never faced Rarir myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So what are you saying? You're getting cold feet?
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral out of control. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what lifespan we have left.
Come on, boss. Lighten up! Quit talking about death. It's bad luck.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rerir, there's no such thing as being too prepared. Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rainy day. Yehoda, I need you to find someone for me. The sooner the better.
Eh? Find who?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other day.
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Trust me, she's a good person. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Quit grabbing me. I genuinely can't run any further.
Hey, aren't you?
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us. But instead, she kept it together and just asked for an extra fee.
Dori Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
If you want to make it big and not cry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me. And she also did me a big favor in the past. It was back when I first arrived in Notcry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuvaki and fainted. And wouldn't you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. Good thing my compatriot was there to swoop in and save the day. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss Nefer. Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangamabe is nothing if not generous. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble. I've got everything you could possibly need, and the more you buy, the more you'll save.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs? An ancient suit of armor dredged up from the bottom of the sea? At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If even you're worried about staying alive, it must be pretty serious.
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures. I don't have anything like that in stock right now. I'll have to ask my supplier.
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, I hear she's planning to visit Notcry in the near future. If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say exactly how long that'll be, though.
Then, let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver platter?
Course not! I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use only!
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance purposes. You'll get it back later. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation, don't you think?
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days.
free. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip up on your way back, friend.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. You will see many strange things in your mind's eye. So remember, don't be frightened, and don't make a sound. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be Conrian. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. It's a more ordinary house than I might have expected. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from surprisingly humble beginnings. Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlikely. It was said to be a very prosperous nation in its heyday. Anyway, I'll keep exploring.
Hi, Revere. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name, but they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
चलो ठीक है अपन बाद में करेंगे वेट अभी बस दी एंड चलो बाय 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 थैंक यू वॉचिंग चलो ठीक है वैसे भी ज़्यादा दूरी पे नहीं हम लोग हाँ चल चलिए बाय 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 बाय